watching Disrupt TV, and this is the Breakfast Club. My name is Ireti. We have there's a slight variation in today's episode. We have Kid Konnect, of course.
Rest in peace,
sitting where Tech of Show Them Cam should be. Tech couldn't be here today because he's having some problems with his bowel movement, so we hope that he recovers from dysentery in good health.
Yo, we love you. So just remember, squeeze gently and bath afterwards. Don't use toilet.
No, but that's what he gets for not showing up. Our guest today is, I was saying the other day that Nigerians have this very funny attitude about Nigeria. I mean, we can abuse and swear for all our governors and local government or whatever. But the minute somebody outside, we can't take it. The minute someone that is not Nigerian starts to say, well, you people, that's when it's Armageddon. I do think that is a nice thing also. Our guest today is one of the people that sort of falls in that category, in the sense that while there may be that rave about, the people who are making, will I say, commercial or dance or feel-good music, Nigerians in certain places have these names that they mention to show off, like, yeah, I know this girl, or I listen to this girl, or this girl is from Nigeria. It's one of those people that, like, make your head swell as a Nigerian. Please welcome to the Breakfast Club, Nneka.
According to Psalm 27, the Lord is my light and my salvation. Whom shall I fear? Whom shall I fear?
You're welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
I think Nneka makes a lot of guys' heads swell.
You didn't have to take it.
That's the
she
beginning
makes
of
a lot
our
of Nigerians
conversation.
proud. I mean, this is what he does. He's the in-house pervert.
How?
Every episode.
Did I say anything perverted, or your mind took it there?
In what way does she make?
You
Guys'
just
heads
it came out of
swell.
your mouth. It makes head swell. So I said yes. She makes a lot of guys' head swell. She
You
makes my
guys
head
are
swell.
like an old couple.
Oh no.
Proceed.
Nah.
No.
If we were a couple, we won't get old. One person will have killed one person.
And more than likely you'll be her because she can't cook.
What now? Yeah, you're welcome to the show, Nneka. It's very nice to have you. Very nice to have you witness what I experienced with him. Okay, so I'm just going to do. If I were, usually I try to put in some facts from the person's career, but if I was reading yours and I was like, what? I'm not like, that would just be the whole show. Just she has been at, she has worked with, you've had a very interesting career. I read that you moved to Germany when you were 19. Mm-hmm. How do you feel like your experience being here and there has shaped you and your music?
I think having the opportunity to travel at that age, from the age of 19, definitely gave me a different perception of who I am. Before that, I had never traveled out of Nigeria. Okay. So perception-wise, identity-wise, character-wise, personality-wise, and using that or making that part of my musical journey definitely broadened the way I see life, the way I see music, the way I see
Speaking
people.
of the way you see life, you make very politically conscious music. A lot of people who argue that the average Nigerian, who, as we were saying before we came on the show, is looking for where to buy fuel inside his nylon bag, does not have time to be thinking about these kind of things. Would you agree that your exposure, being outside Nigeria, has helped you be more socially and politically conscious about things?
I think I was always concerned, growing up in Warri, and seeing the things that we've had to deal with as Nigerians from the day I was born, probably even before I was born. Mm-hmm. Obviously, I wasn't there to experience it, but ever since then, there's just always been one story after the other, whether it be Biafra, whether it be the Warri crisis, or the Ishekiri fighting against Yoruba because of oil, or the problem of the Niger Delta, the presence of Shell, or Boko Haram. So it's I'm not going to start counting just the negative things alone, but I think mainly it's the negativity that has kind of pushed me to become more a speaker of, the voice of the many who do not have the courage to speak out their minds, especially when it has to do with the things that we can actually change.
Yeah.
We actually can change.
Well, what kind of flack have you received as being somewhat of a speaker for people who can't speak? Like you said, like you mentioned something that I follow a lot is like the showing up of oil companies in oil-rich areas in Nigeria and turning those places into like war zones. Some people are extremely poor and some people become billionaires throughout that situation. What kind of flack have you received from voicing out your
Has she
opinions?
butted heads with any corporations? Is that what you're asking?
You say like corporations, people just in general. There's some people who don't like that kind of talk anyway because they're putting it stuff
Yeah.
their money.
Yeah, I mean, in
somewhere.
general, it's already like it does take a lot of courage to talk about these things, especially in countries as Nigeria, where, in fact, I'm mixed. So it's. I don't want to lay much emphasis on that, but that does play a role.
Yeah.
I've been harassed by the SS Secret Service when I was playing a show in Port Harcourt, and
Wow.
arrested, but partially arrested on stage while performing.
So like you just grabbed the mic and like follow
Yeah,
us
they
to
were
station.
already arresting the band behind me while,
Yeah,
and I did not know what was going on. I just saw the audience
Why is everybody off key?
getting loud, and I was
Probably
thinking,
just found the
they're
show.
feeling the song, you know.
That was
But
just
then
it.
it was a big deal then, you know. But we kind of like got out of it, and
Did you slap somebody with your guitar?
no,
would've.
I kind of like
Just
hide. I don't
Wow.
even know how.
Had to hide.
I didn't know it was that bad. It was the Niger Delta Peace Concert, and this was
The Peace concert.
the Peace Concert, and I had the impression they'd invited a lot of international artists to come and perform, and a few local artists, and I felt that nobody was really talking about the issue of the Niger Delta. We'd all been there doing our thing, but nobody had really laid emphasis on the
What's
matter.
really going on?
Yeah.
Yes, the matter when they for ground at that time.
Most artists are not going to say anything once they have their
Yeah.
deposits.
I've been everywhere. I've been into Hinduism. I've been into Buddhism. I wouldn't say
Have you ever had family or loved ones express concern for you because of your advocacy and say, "Oh, don't let them"?
It's not that I'm out there pointing fingers like Fela did, or I don't mention names. I don't mention names because I see myself as part of the mess. If I would point a finger, I would be a hypocrite. We know how we got our Nigerian passports. We know that we don't want to stand a long queue, so you pay 30,000 to get your thing faster in a couple of hours.
Word.
So it's almost like you need to be unfortunately, it's almost like for you to understand what corruption is, you have to be partially corrupt or have a corrupt mind somewhere. That does not mean that I am swimming and enjoying being corrupt
But you
in
have
that
knowledge
But
of
you
what
do,
it is.
yeah.
but you do believe that corruption is a necessity in some.
No,
I don't know if it's a
I
necessity,
don't know
but
about necessity.
where we
But as
are,
you said, if you want to get your passport in 5 hours, you need to get your passport in 5 hours.
What are you
doing?
Unfortunately, yeah.
that's not corruption. That's
That's-
just anything for the boys.
That's not corruption. to me.
That's just-
Because stealing is not corruption.
No. It depends on the stealing. Politics is the mad stealing.
Well, we're working on it. We're working on
Some
a
people are
better
stealing
Nigeria.
Nepal lights right now. I don't think that's corruption.
I also noticed that, from the interviews of yours that I've seen and I've read, and even your music, there are themes of spirituality. What is spirituality to you? Because in Nigeria, we seem to be very strict with it's even more of religion, like this Christian, this
Yeah, so
Muslim,
those are the biggest
this
political
Shango.
parties in the religious world.
And
This
that's
what?
Shango. Yeah, Shango.
Okay.
That's a religion as well, isn't it?
Shango is
Yeah.
a religion.
No,
Yes, now
Ifa.
Shango worship.
Practice
Ifa.
of Ifa.
Yeah.
That's what they're worshiping.
That's what
So as I was saying, what is
I thought it was-
spirituality to you? How do you define your?
I believe in Jesus. I've been everywhere. I've been into Hinduism. I've been into Buddhism. I wouldn't say I was in there 100%, but I've checked different religions, and all I know is that when there's some danger somewhere, the first name I call
God,
is Jesus Christ. So
So regardless of what you think.
When I almost fell down from the cobble
Yeah,
just now, that was
she
Jesus.
almost just fell down literally like 5 seconds ago or 5 minutes ago. Almost bust her ass. Unfortunately, I wasn't recording, so I'm sorry. I don't have the footage.
This is our wacky news segment, which you know, as I say, is our inspirational segment. First up, a guy was arrested for speeding, and he was trying to explain to the police officer that he needed to use the restroom very urgently, but they didn't listen and they wouldn't let him, so they put him into the cop car, and then he just whoosh took a big brown one all over
What's wrong with that?
the police vehicle.
He told him he needed to shit.
Is this real?
Yes.
In Nigeria?
No, it didn't happen in Nigeria. It happened in the US.
So he shit on himself.
Yeah. Like
Well, it happens.
that was the reason that he was speeding. So he was trying to tell them, like,
Yeah.
guys,
Exactly.
let me go.
They deserve it.
Yeah, actually, I agree. They deserve it. He won them.
At least they should, yeah.
So we're going to be taking a short break. It's still the Breakfast Club. We have Nneka in the building. Kid Konnect will be right back.